We're here on the 2024 model Suzuki Vstrom 250 SX. So I'm here just letting you know, I thought I'd do a little mini review on it today. So, but before we get to that, I'll just also tell you what happened a couple of weeks ago on my birthday when I put this bike up for sale, because I was thinking of cashing it and going for something different. Main reason behind that idea was I found that the Vstrom 250 SX, plus a couple of other bikes I've had, is not real popular on the channel, and not many people come and like reading or looking at the reviews I put up on the bikes, and it's a pity too, because these really are pretty good bikes. So we'll cut a long story short. I had somebody lined up to buy the bike. He came in from a 4-hour drive to check it out, and we'd agreed on a price. My price was firm. I wanted $6 grand for it in theory, which you see the bike here now, which has got the crash bars on it, the new tyres, new crash bars, sump guards, rear carriers, rack. Owes me about $8,500. So taking into account $8,500 it owes me, I wanted $6 grand for it. It had done 380 kilometres from new and in unmarked condition, as you can see. So guy arrived on my birthday. I never told him it was my birthday, but he arrived on my birthday. So we got that there, and I gave him a test ride on the bike and had the tank full of petrol, because I thought naturally it was a sale and it was going on. But that wasn't the case. He took it out, brought it back, couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to buy this bike or not. Had to go away and think about it. Then I got a text back later on to say, it wasn't going ahead. So no big drama there. That's how it goes in sales. You win some and you lose some. So everything went well. I went out that afternoon and did my birthday ride with the X-Max I'd bought, and put that clip up. And I don't know what you think, but I really think this is really a nice, fine, really great looking ride. So, that's just my thought there. So as far as that goes, I went out there and did that thing, put the clip together, come back home, and thought not much more about this bike until today. So come today, every now and again you get spur of the moment what you're going to do, and I thought, why was this bike rejected when it's a pretty good looking bike for the money on hand? So, taking into account the person that was thinking of buying the bike, if you have a slight history, he's got one of those Postman NBC 110s, and he was going to upgrade to a bike like this. Well, we both had something in common. I had one of those bikes myself, but I only kept it for one ride and then got rid of it because I just didn't like it. It was a bit vibey and no guts. So I thought this one here would go ahead once he took it for a test ride. As a rule, I don't usually let anyone test ride any of my bikes, but in this case I thought it was a sure thing when you come 4 hours, and he was just going to give it a run, come back, pay and go. But, he'd been on little postie bikes for a fair while, and I suppose he was sort of thinking to himself, that's the way he wants to stay. But that was all right. We fast forward to today. I decided this morning, with 380 kilometres on the clock, I'm going to take this out and take it for a ride and see what really is wrong with this bike. So I've clocked up roughly 150 kilometres on this today, just to see what I think of it and what can I find wrong with it. Well, I have to be really critical, and if I go right in depth, the only thing I can think is the front brake there is a little bit dead in the peel when you apply it. So when you first apply the brake, nothing much happens, and then you apply it harder and then it takes on bite and then pulls you down okay. Now, after a 150 kilometre test ride, that's all I could find wrong with it. Out along the road, 80, 90, 100 kilometres an hour. It's so smooth the ride along, no vibration virtually running through the bars, it's that good there. Seating position's pretty good, gear change is good, clutch is okay. Everything along, apart from the bike going along, there's nothing there I can get. Runs over the bumps better than a lot of bikes I've had here, like, because I travel the same roads all the times and that. And overall, I'm sort of surprised that this bike was rejected. Anyway, I pulled the ad after he left. I pulled that ad down. I thought, stuff it. So, sometimes I do spur the moment sales, and I'll say, I'll get rid of this, and then afterwards I think to myself, I don't know if I really want to sell it or not. A lot of people get the impression that you know, I often get people say, oh, what are you buying next, or how long will this last for? Well, you could say at times it does piss me off a bit, because you know, really what I buy and sell has really got no business of anyone else's except mine. And the more important thing is, as long as I can do it, which I can do it quite easily, I might tell you too. So and that's fair confidence for you too. I would just sit back and say to you, or stand back and say to you, it's about the best I can do, but I never work on the best I can do. I just go and buy what I want. Anyway, the big thing is, like I said, these Suzuki Vstrom 250 SXs, they don't get all that much, you know, like respect on the bike channels and that. Not many people like them all that much, and I don't know why, because they're pretty good value, and they run well, and they look good, and I think you could go long distance on them wherever you want to go, because they're just good little bikes. And I just thought curiosity got the better of me today, and I have to come out, take this for a run, and just see what it was like. So I'm glad I've done it now. And oh yeah, probably one other thing, maybe the windscreen at the front could be a little bit better too, but geez, it doesn't matter what you buy, everything you get on. That bloody X-Max I bought 10,250 against this one like 4,000 cheaper, you could say, in stock form. The windscreen on the X-Max up the shit. So, you know, those people that get on things and say, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't. Nothing works at the price. You can pay a lot of money and there's still, like I found that in cars. Doesn't matter how much money you pay for the cars, there's still parts there where they're there to try to get a better deal or get you to buy stuff for them later. So there's nothing much you can do about that. But overall, really happy with these tyres on this one. I was surprised how stable it was. This is its first trip on the dirt down this track. How stable it was along this dirt road till I got to here. So that was really good. And like I said earlier, how well it runs over bumps. You know, when you apply the brakes, they do work if you put a bit of pressure on them. I'm just not used to it. I've got other bikes here, the real towy on the brakes. Only riding aid with this particular bike is dual channel ABS. And you know, like, I think the best thing going forward is it's a very low vibe bike. So I think it's not far above the scooter, and the scooters are really the pick of the low vibe bikes. So it's surprised you how smooth this motor is. So overall, I think we'll call it quits on this one, and hopefully you got a little bit out of this one. Next clip out in a couple of days' time, I think, and I'll carry on the merry way on this one. So we'll call it this one done and dusted, and cheers for now.